Solve the system of equations by elimination. When you're dealing with elimination, the first thing you're going to want to make sure you have is the x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, the equal signs are lined up, and the numbers are lined up, and that's what I have here. What I don't have, though, are the fact that my x's here are different and not opposite, and my x's here are different and not opposite. Or my y's rather. I need my variables, or at least a pair of variables, to be the same but opposite, and that's not the case here. So why don't I take the top equation and multiply it by 2? Actually, -2. And the reason why I'm doing -2 is that'll make that positive 14y, and this will be negative 14y. So by multiplying the top equation by -2, negative 2x is positive 2x. -7 times -2 is positive 14y. 14 times -2 is -28. We're going to rewrite out the bottom equation as is because we don't need to change anything. Now, if you're wondering, sir, why didn't you just multiply the top equation by -4 and eliminate the x's? I could have. You'll get the same answer. I just decided not to do it that way. Leave me alone. Add up the rows. 2x plus -4x is -2x. The y's cancel out. Drop down the equals, and ooh, how nice, -28 and regular 28 also cancel out and become 0. So we have -2x equals 0, divide both sides by -2, divide both sides by -2, and x is going to equal 0. Now that I know x is 0, I can go up here and plug it into any equation I want to get my y. So it doesn't really matter which one I use. I could use the bottom one, who cares? I'm going to rewrite out the bottom equation and substitute 0 for x. So -4 times 0 minus 14y equals 28. Okay, -4 times 0 crosses out. Drop down the -14y equals 28. Divide both sides by -14, and y is going to equal -2. X is 0, y is -2. That gets me an ordered pair of 0, -2. Now what this means is if I were to label you x and label you y, and plug 0 in for x here and plug -2 in for y here, it would all end up being 14. Same thing, if I were to plug that into the bottom equation, it would all end up being 28. So this guy acts as a solution to both of those equations. And I'm done.